Hey guys, this is Jake Bush, and you're watching Untamed Thoughts.
Hey, this is Jack Nelson, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hi, my name's Chuck Weimer, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey y'all, this is Sarah Hobbs, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey there, this is Bree Bagwell, and welcome to Untamed Thoughts.
And we're back.
Hi. Yep.
High five.
I'm getting good at this.
I know.
Hey.
We are back.
We are back.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Can you believe we made it? And we were prepared this time, you guys.
Well, somewhat.
Well,
Maybe you were.
a little. Hi guys. I'm Brandy. This is Katrina. Welcome to Untamed Thoughts.
And don't look at me funny. It's not something on my nose. It's not a fly.
It's not a fly, said I. Isn't there
by
a
a dog.
nursery rhyme?
Okay. What?
Isn't there a nursery rhyme that says it's not a fly, says I, or something like that?
Yes, it is. It was an old lady who swallowed a fly. Or
That's the one, the old lady in the shoe, or
I
something.
said, I'm going to get a tattoo on my face that says, or just put a sticker on my shirt that says, it's, what did I say? It was funny, but now I can't remember.
You should write it down.
It said, I'm not a freak. It's just a dog bite or something like that. Because everybody kept looking at me weird, like, what is wrong with that girl? Like,
You have a
what's wrong with
growth or what's happening with your face?
Well, and I had a couple people that like, there's something on your nose. I'm like, I know, don't touch it. Stop.
Please don't touch that. Oh, can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got bit by a dog the other day, a week ago actually today, and it's actually doing a lot better than it was. So we're all good. We're on the upside, and
I'm glad you're on the upside of that. That sounds awful.
it'll be good. Just don't look.
Just don't look. This is when masks would come in handy, right?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Don't want
Attention
it
to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah. What have you been up to besides getting bit by a dog this week?
Well, not a whole lot because Jason was in California for a week, and I was in College Station helping a friend out that was in the hospital for a little while and got bit by a dog in the meantime, and then here I am.
And then here
On
you
the road
go.
again. On the road again.
I like the way you sing it better than he does. Sorry. I'm terrible.
We are actually in Kinney, Texas tonight, watching the great Dean Dillon. And where are we? Tomorrow night we're in Schulenburg. Jason's playing tomorrow night. So
That's a drive.
the Singleman Hall.
And then over the weekend you're here.
Yes, we come to Cleveland for our.
Friday.
No, we're not anywhere on Friday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday is the Saturday. Everybody has to come on out. We have to. We will be at our Pick in the Hunt pasture party in Cleveland for
Yes.
raising money for our TV show that we take vets and kids with cancer and stuff out on hunts, and we're just trying to raise some money for the next season on the Pursuit Channel and the money to help take these kids and do the things that they have dreamed of that they haven't had chances to do, or vets that just
I'm glad we talked about that because I've been planning on going there on Friday.
well, I mean, if you showed up on Friday, I'm sure they'd put you to work.
I don't want to be there on Friday.
Oh wait, we are playing somewhere on Friday. I don't know why I just said that.
You are.
It's up by Waco, like Temple kind of area,
Yeah.
Little River. It's called the Wilson
That place.
Valley Mercantile. Don't quote me. It's on our Facebook. Go look at Jason Allen Music Facebook because I don't remember the name of it. But
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything quite that much fun.
That'll be a good show too. It's acoustic and that'll be fun.
I like it when he does an acoustic show. I like an acoustic set. I feel like it's more intimate.
It is. I get to hear the stories behind the songs,
Yeah, and the stories behind the stories. I like that.
right?
I like it a lot. I should turn the comments on
Oh yeah.
because I always forget to do that. I was going to tell you something.
What have
but
you been
as
doing?
luck would have it, I don't remember what I was going to tell you. I do have a funny story to tell you that happened last night that I cannot believe happened. I feel like such a dummy, you guys. Totally. When John and I went to dinner, we met a friend to drop off some paperwork for work that we did for him. And we decided that we would just go out and eat and meet him, and he could pick up the paperwork from us there instead of coming all the way to the house. Well, we ate. I gave the guy the paperwork and realized that there was something that I forgot to do, and he was going to have to come back to the house with us anyway. So we're just chit-chatting and not paying any attention. And they said, let's go to the house and get it over with. So we got up and walked out.
I forgot to pay your-
Bill.
Oh no.
And I didn't notice until I was halfway home.
Oh no.
I had to turn around and go back. And I walked in, and I'm laughing at myself because I feel like a dummy.
Right.
And I walked in, and they're like, we didn't think you were coming back. We thought you just walked out on your bill.
You're like,
Like,
yeah,
no.
we wouldn't do that.
Sorry, I'm here. I'll pay you a little extra for the heart attack I gave you.
Oh jeez.
I've only ever done that one other time, and both times it was by accident. Have you ever done that?
I don't think. I mean, no, not like just sitting down and eating dinner or whatever. Like at the end of the night at a place that we've played or something, and we have a bar tab or something, and it has happened, and and that's snuffy. I mean that has happened, and
I've done that.
I
That
mean,
doesn't count. I mean, when you're
Right.
drinking and things are happening, that doesn't count.
yeah.
We were stone cold sober and walked right out. Like, wow. Just wow. I couldn't
My
believe
computer sitting on a napkin dispenser, so every time I move, the whole thing shakes. So if my computer's shaking, that's why.
It's not. I can't notice it. So
Good. I can see the whole computer doing this, and I'm like,
that would scare the crap out of me. I'd be so worried that it was going to fall over.
thunder just hit.
I'm worried that the cat is going to jump up here and knock my whole computer off because I've got it sitting on top of 2 Lime Life boxes right now. Lordy, lordy,
Things you can
loo.
do. I mean, we have tripods, but those are for our phones, and I'm on my computer, so.
Right? It's a little different. Hey, I wanted to tell you something. I bought these shoes. We need to get you some. These are super cute. I know the toe hurts all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, that's good.
The strap comes completely apart like that. These are called Fit Flops. Have you heard of those?
Uh-uh.
They're orthopedic.
Heck yeah.
They're like walking
Need to do
on
that.
pillows. It's so good. I got them on Amazon.
And they're cute, and like you can dress them up or dress them down, and
Yeah.
that's okay,
They have 3 different colors. I want another color or 2.
right?
But
Just do them all,
I mean, they're $80 a piece. I got to space it out.
right?
But I wanted to tell you that because I know you're always looking for cute shoes that are comfortable.
Yeah, they
You
don't
can
have.
walk in those
Yes,
all day.
I can't have a heel on them is the problem, and those are pretty flat. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you could do that all day, every day.
just need to go get the surgery done. And I mean, if somebody wants to pay for my surgery, I'll go get it done. But
Heck yeah. Taking donations.
yeah, making donations for the Broken Toe Fund that
Oh, that's
has
funny.
been broken forever.
At this point,
Yeah.
it's going to take a miracle to get it back to where it needs to go. I feel like I have hair on my face. Do you hate? I hate that.
It happens, it gets in my eyelashes or something. And I'm like, there's a hair
Yeah.
somewhere.
Like I can see it and I can feel it,
Right.
but I can't find it. That's so incredibly annoying. So I had my nephew was here today because he was sick and I'm probably going to get murdered for saying this story, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Like my mom and I just told my mom, and I thought she was going to pee her pants because she was laughing so hard. It was so hilarious. We're talking this morning, and he was telling me how their neighbor gave them this great big huge zucchini, and how it was big and this, that, and the other. And his big sister went to get it from the neighbor. And he, just as matter-of-factly, nonchalant, like it was just supposed to happen, he just said, and she walked through the fucking mud to get it. And I was like, she did what? She what? I mean, it just rolled right out of his mouth like it was something he was supposed to say. I nearly died. It was so funny. And it's more funny because I can hear my brother saying that out loud.
Right.
And so when he repeated it, he left the F-bomb out. But
He realized, ooh, I shouldn't have said that.
I wish you could.
How old is he?
Just walked. He's 5. He'll be 6 next week.
My son did that too when he was younger. When we lived in Colorado, and there was some truck driving up in the back, and he in the snow, and he was stuck. And my ex was like, went to the window and was looking, and he goes, "Oh, it's just a fucking truck." And like,
Oh, okay.
the next day, my son, there was somebody driving up in the back, and he went to the window, and he was standing there, and he could see them, and he was like, "Oh, it's just a fucking truck." And I was like, What? And he said it again, and I was like, "No,
Stop
you're
saying that.
He was like 2, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I told my ex, I was like, "Oh, wait, you got to watch what you say. You can't
Right.
just." He's picking up on everything right now.
Yep. I just let it go. I didn't say a word about it. I didn't correct him. I just let it go. I tried as hard as I possibly could not to laugh and let him see me think it was hilarious, because I knew
'Cause
that
then
was
you-
going to be bad.
Cute, and they'll do it again. And
Yes. So I did not. I refrained, but I did laugh hysterically when I told Mom, because I needed to get it out. It was definitely funny. I don't know what it is about words like that coming out of little bitty kids. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I guess because it's so inappropriate.
right.
Hey, JD.
Hey, we just talked all about the event this weekend.
We sure did. We'll
We
definitely.
had lots of good things. We got the skeet shoot, lots of good raffle items, buckles for youth and adult winners for the skeet shoot. We've got all kinds of hole-in-one. We've got all kinds of good things going on Saturday. So bring the whole family, bring your chair. We got
That's important.
Yes.
Don't forget the
4
chair.
Sixes Beer will be there. It's our new sponsor, 4 Sixes Beer. They will be out there. We got all kinds of good things.
Sweet.
Good
We might
music
be in
on
San Antonio.
You what?
I might be in San Antonio. My mother and father-in-law are in San Antonio this weekend, and they want us to come up. So I don't know what's going to happen yet.
Oh, what?
I know. It always doesn't that always happen when you're here, I'm there.
I know.
I don't know how that manages to happen, but it does.
Well, tell them to come down here and go with you.
I'm hoping that we can get them to come down here just next week instead. That's my goal, but we'll see what happens.
Cool.
I'm not going to hold my breath. I do want to say, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that we sold some tickets for our birthday bash over the week.
Woohoo!
We
I
sold
did
a whole table and a half, I think. So tickets are starting to go, people. If you want to go to the Untamed Birthday Bash,
You've got
Saturday.
to celebrate our birthdays with us.
Yes,
It's going to be a big old time.
it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. It is July 15th at the table at Maidley. Come on out. Go get your tickets first. Our goal is to sell this venue out to be the very first sellout ever at the table. So help us make that goal.
We
I
can
see that we have a guest in the studio.
Woohoo!
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Some shenanigans. I'm ready for some shenanigans.
In the bus.
Here we go.
Fun.
You guys, welcome Jeff Canada.
Can you see me?
Jeff, we can see you.
We can see all of you.
But back here for my kids' band concert. So
You
Nice.
what?
you tell I wore a brewery shirt to this.
Worse things have happened. I can assure you.
How are you guys?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic.
We are at the
What are
Kinney store watching Dean Dillon tonight.
Oh, you're going to see Ben Dillon?
Yeah, we're here right. That's where I'm at right now. I'm live from the Kinney store.
Oh, neat. Yeah, he's.
Jason's-
Have you seen him before?
Oh yeah, we're good friends with Dean, and he's a great guy. Jason's gonna get up and sing a couple songs with him, and they just Kyle Park and the trio he does. They just started, so
Oh, cool.
and Dean will be up here in just a bit. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
So, what are the rules? What can't say on here?
it is
You can say
untamed.
whatever you want, darling. This is Untamed Thoughts.
Okay, darling. Got it. Making sure, because sometimes I let the F word slip a bit.
Well, we just had a whole discussion about that.
Sure did. Two different stories about that word.
Well, I'm starting a podcast. It's going to be video and audio, and I'm a F-bomb counter on live where it's going to be taken.
I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. That happens to be my favorite word. It's not everybody else's favorite word, but it's mine.
Oh, it's secretly everybody else's.
I think so too.
They just,
Not my mother's.
Mine either. I get slapped.
he says it under her breath, I promise.
Probably, but I get slapped for saying it in front of my mom. She just did
My
that
mom
to me
would-
Friday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, my mom hit me in the head with a skillet one time because I said that word
Oh
wrong.
my.
Gosh.
I haven't got that kind of abuse yet.
Well, I was raised out in the country, and we got hit for everything. So,
We got the wooden spoon.
the wood
Yeah, I got
What-
that one.
mom could grab, it didn't matter.
Oh, show. Well, Jeff, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jeff Canada. That's who I am, and I like to talk shit and piss people off and play music and have a good time and just goof off and not take anything too seriously. You know?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I'm just a Texas country. I mean they call it Texas country in that classification. I don't really believe in labels too much on anything really. So whatever they call me, they can call me. But I guess it's Texas country. I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
Whatever. You fit in it.
Do I really though? That's the
I mean, you're here.
I am here, and it's great. You know, I never expected any kind of recognition or any kind of anything really ever. I just started writing music and playing music. Whatever happens, happens. That's kind of the way I've lived do everything. And I mean, I push really hard. Don't get me wrong, but it's all just because I want to, not because of any expectations, or I have very low expectations of pretty much everything in my life. So I'm pleasantly surprised a lot.
Can you imagine what would happen if you raised those expectations a little bit?
Yeah, but the problem is with raising expectations is it just leads to disappointment. But if you keep listen, I have high standards, low expectations.
There you go.
So that's just kind of, and that's the way I live my life with everything because, you know, I just don't like being mad. I don't like being disappointed. I don't like arguing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and if you don't ever expect anything from anybody, you can't get mad at anybody.
That part's true 100%.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I
Less stress.
have very high standards of myself. In my band, but not necessarily.
So how did you get yourself started in this industry? What drew you to music?
So I've been playing full time as a cover musician since 2006. When I say full time, I'm talking 275. And then in 2018, I was done. You're playing 3-4 hours a night, 7 shows a week. I was done, and I bought into a bar and I started doing that. And then a few months later, my mom got sick with cancer. And so I was going back and forth from Houston to Tyler and dealing with that. And then she passed away. And I wrote my song Needle and Thread about the whole hospice situation. And I haven't written a song since the early 2000s before that. And then it just really resonated with people, the style. It had like, people really, really, really liked it. And so I just started writing. I went through a really, really, really bad time from January of 2017 to about August of 2020 was just a brutal time of my life. And but I mean, some great music came out of it, I think. So it's all worth it, really. But it's just tough. Life's tough, man. I don't see how anybody who doesn't write can get through it.
We're losing your audio a little bit.
Losing my audio?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's cutting out a little bit, but
Is it? I don't know. It shouldn't be. Let me see.
Block
I can
this.
hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I blocked the speaker on accident. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Technology.
I know. I mean, listen, here at Untamed Thoughts, we always have technical problems.
All
Well, this
hell's
is my
about to
fourth-
break loose out here, so it's like starting to thunder real bad. So it might just shut me off. So I don't know, or it might get too loud if it rains. I don't know what the heck, but
We'll make it work.
I can hear it. It's coming. So be prepared.
That just means we need to hurry. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to hurry.
Yeah, y'all can boot me. It's this is my fourth or fifth one of these today. So
Oh, wow. Good for you.
yeah, it's good. It's weird, but it's good.
It's weird.
And I'm about to start my own podcast as well. So I'm just trying to hit everything from all angles right now.
Might as well.
I mean, doesn't do anything but help.
Well, there's not one way anymore to do it. I mean, you have to hit it from every angle. I mean, if you just focus on Texas radio, then you only get the folks that do Texas radio. If you just focus on Spotify, you only get Spotify. It's
Right. There's so many different ways and so many different avenues of social media and internet and streaming. And I mean, there's just so many different ways, and a lot of people don't do everything. So
Yeah,
you've got that group that does this and that group that does that, and then
yeah, it amazes me the amount of artists that only have a few hundred followers on Instagram because they don't really use it. I mean, I get artists that follow me all the time that are artists that are trying to do this, but they only have like 5 or 6 posts on their Instagram page
right.
and and it sucks that we have to do it, but you just have to hit it from all angles. You have
It's
to.
pretty much a full-time job. Social media is like, I mean, because I do all of our social media for Jason and all that, but I have my own businesses too that I have to be present on social media myself too. So it's like you have to make posts every day, you have to make stories every day, you have to do reels, you have to do TikToks, you have to, in order to be seen by so many different people, because some people only look at stories.
Yeah.
Some people only look at posts. Some people only look at Facebook. Some people only are on Instagram. Like some people only go to TikTok. Like, so you have to do all of the things in one, like to make it reach every single aspect of the business and of, in any business really. But
How do you balance it, Jeff? How do you, because I know I watch you. I'm on all of the socials. I see you everywhere.
Mhm.
And number one, if y'all aren't following Jeff, you need to be, because it's the most hilarious every day, all day long.
And you know what's funny is I keep getting that, but I'm so choked back from the way I was before COVID. Like the way I was before COVID, man, it was. But you know what's crazy is I've never been put in any kind of Facebook jail or any of that stuff, and I guess I don't really do anything that's that offensive. I just try to make fun of stuff in a lighthearted way.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you're not being ugly or offensive, so it's just funny.
Yeah, it just depends. The Buc-ee's thing, it lost me around 450 followers because of that whole deal, and and so I wanted to go off on Whataburger the other day, but I didn't do it. Lose another 400 followers.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for me because I'm not a keep my mouth shut kind of guy. Like, I call bullshit when I see bullshit. And so, but what's bad about that is, you know, I've lost some friends and some followers or whatever, because, you know how it is. Everything's so divided right now, and everybody's so tribal. And if you say anything that's not down their line, then you're the enemy. Yeah, then you're the enemy. And so, you know, I'd like to think that guys like me and Chad Prather and Scott Haley and some of those guys that are really, I'd like to think that they're pushing back against that a little bit, but it's tough, you know. And I'm an inclusive guy, you know. Like I'm a very inclusive person. I'm more of, you know, when I see bullshit, I call bullshit. And so, you know,
Nothing's wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah, to cool people, it's not, you know.
Your people will find you, and the ones that aren't your people will not.
And that's it right there. You know, I'll post a post and somebody will come on there and complain or say that my platform's not big enough to be able to say stuff like that. And I'm like, go away, because you're not
You don't have to be here.
Yeah, you're not it's going to buy a ticket to my show anyway, or
Exactly.
you know, you're not really supporting me. So I don't, later, bye, be mad.
Right.
You got a shitty life if you're mad about the things that I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, right? I mean, if you're going to unfollow somebody because they had a bad experience at Buc-ee's, that says way more about you than it does about me or Buc-ee's.
Amen.
So that's,
And they're probably guilty themselves about something, so they're just trying to find something else to lash out about when they probably feel the same exact way, but they. Ooh, I'm gonna get struck by lightning. Sorry.
Please don't get struck by
That one
lightning
was close.
on camera. I don't want to watch that.
I don't either, but I think it would be kind of great.
I mean, yeah, but
At least it's caught on video.
I don't know. Maybe I could watch, but not my friend. No,
that would be bad.
totally bad. Oh my. So you didn't answer my question. Sorry. I'm going to ask it again. How do you balance it? How do you juggle all of the things?
You don't. And that's what I try to explain to people. If you're going to do this and you're really going to do it, it's all in. You have to be all in. You cannot be part of the way, or just try this or just try that. If you're going to get left completely in the dust if you do that. You have to be all in. I mean, just my Instagram routine that I do every day is 3.5 hours. So, and I do it every day, 7 days a week. And that's why I have, you know, the followers on Facebook and Instagram that I have, you know. I don't focus too much on TikTok, just because I don't know what the future of that is going to be. And also, I don't think that people that blow up due to TikTok, I don't think they have any staying power. Because what's going on right now is you'll see somebody that gain all these followers on TikTok, and then a record company swoops in and gives them a deal, and then they put them out on tour, and then these guys have no idea what they're doing when they get it.
They have no clue.
And the reason why Texas guys are kicking everybody's ass right now is because we've been doing it on our own forever. And you know, we're one-stop shops. You know, we're not signed. We do everything ourselves. We do merch ourselves. I mean, everything we do ourselves. And so when an opportunity does come up, like with Cody Johnson and those guys and what they're doing, you know, we're prepared. And I'm not, you know, most of us aren't going to have that kind of success, but we're ready to go. We're prepared. You know, if I'm on stage and my in-ears go out, I can still finish the show just fine, just because the muscle memory of so many years of doing these songs.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to be off key, but you get one of these kids that goes TikTok famous and you put them out on tour and then their in-ears go.
No clue what to do.
No clue what to do. Or, you know, your drummer doesn't show up. I mean, there's so many things that go wrong on the road. It's stuff you don't even know until you know. And you have to be ready for that. Matter of fact, you know, one of the questions I get asked a lot is what advice I give young and up and coming artists. And every one of them to a T, what I say is put yourself in many uncomfortable situations as you can on and off the stage. So that way you're more equipped to deal with the craziness that happens.
Unknown that happens.
Yeah, and it happens. I mean, we've had
All the
instruments
time.
muted the whole set, and it doesn't get unmuted to the last song, and we hear it for like, you mean the bass wasn't coming through the mains the entire show? Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just you go down the list. Or I played a show recently with Carson Jeffrey, and their patch from their sound check wouldn't load, and so they were like 45 minutes going late on a festival. They were like 40 minutes late, and he was just cool as a cucumber, just going with it, because, like I said, we've all been dealing with this for so long,
Right.
It
you
doesn't
know.
happen anymore.
Yeah, there's just so much. I mean, y'all, obviously, it's just so much can go wrong. Tires and stolen equipment, and I mean,
Stolen whole trailer.
this is not a good industry for people. Like, this is, I mean, we live for that 45 minutes or that hour, or that 90-minute set or whatever. We live for that and the crowd interaction and the feedback. But for the most part, this industry is just, it's negative. It's rough. It's rejection all of the time.
It was funny. Jason just spoke at a middle school close to our house today for 2 periods about the business and like what to expect if this is something you're wanting to go into. And I was like, I said, what are you going to say? I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I'm like, what are you going to tell him? Like, don't do it. Like, just joking. Because he loves what he does. And
Me too.
I mean, we've got enough team that it helps, like, everything, like, it's not as super stressful as it can be, but I mean, it's rough. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of pieces to it, and there's a lot of things you just have to be consistent and stick with and go and not give up, because that's when you just, it's rough.
And that's what people behind the scenes don't see, that part behind the scenes. They just see you step out on the stage and think, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Look how much fun they have. And that job looks amazing. And it's really all the work that you did before you got to that point.
Yeah.
What makes you be able to stand up there and do that set.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nonstop. You have run-ins with venues. The venues that won't book you because of certain reasons. You have other musicians that are out there talking smack because you don't toe their line, or you're not doing their brand of country or their brand of music. You got fans, crazy fans, holy crap, crazy fans doing crazy stuff. We recently had one lady, I was playing a festival, and she sent me a message on Facebook, and I opened it, but it was a long message, and I was busy. So I was like, I'm going to go back and do this. Well, 15 minutes later, she sends me another message just blowing up about how I opened her message. And then she
started on red.
Yeah, and then she started going around calling venues, telling venues that I'm this huge piece of shit. I never met the lady in my life. Then she finds my girlfriend's number for her business and is calling her. Called her at like 11 or 12 at night, leaving a voicemail of just nothing but laughter. Like, just that stuff happens, And if you can't deal with that, or even worse, like Candace has access to everything I have. She can see everything that I do, and I'll have girls send. I mean, it hasn't happened a long time. If a girl sends something that's not inappropriate, it's automatically going to be like I solicited it, and it's just not that way,
Right.
And so you're just fighting all these battles all of the time. It's just non-stop. And then you take that and you have an outspoken person like I am, and it's even more just craziness, Yeah. And so that's the part that I just try to tell everybody all the time, is just get out of your comfort zone as much as possible and develop thick skin. Because if you have thin skin, this is not the industry.
Yeah.
If you can't handle somebody saying you suck, if you can't handle somebody, I'm going to give you a prime example. You said you're at the Kenny store. Well, we reached out to the Kenny store, and they came back and basically told us, we don't want to book you because you're too vulgar. And I was like, you just have to take it, okay. I mean, it's not an accurate representation. I mean, I just did a show at a middle school, at an intermediate school last week, or middle school. I just won an award in Montgomery County for going to these at-risk youth, like group homes, and like playing games with them or singing with them or playing guitar or whatever they want. I just won an award for that from Montgomery County. And so for a venue to come back and say, we don't want you because you're too vulgar, it hurts, because I play clean festivals all the time. But
Right.
that's the image I have out there, and I have to respect them for that decision, regardless of how wrong I think it is, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay. But
Right.
that kind of stuff happens all of the time.
I think part of that is knowing who you are as a person,
Right.
and that's something that comes with time.
Right. And you just have to know. I know that I get on stages all of the time and I play clean shows. I do it all of the time. I mean, I'm not up there about the F-bomb, crazy stuff whenever there's kids out in front of me.
Right.
Now, if I'm in a 21 or 21 and up room, then yeah, and that's another hurdle that I'm facing is I'll play a festival and somebody will become a fan of my show at a festival. But then they'll show up to like Sawyer Park or something that's a 21 and up venue, and I come out talking about doing cocaine off bar stools right out the gate, and these people are like, "This is not what we want."
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the other way around, I got fans that have been watching me in bars for so long. They come to see a festival, and they're like, "That's not the Jeff, not the Jeff we," So it's nonstop, man. It's just nonstop fuckery.
You can't please everybody, so please yourself instead, right?
And that's what I do. Yeah, absolutely. I do. At the end of the day, I know I can lay down at night and go to sleep with a clear conscience. I know that I do everything I can do to support my brothers and sisters out there, as long as we're on the same side. I know that anyone who has a problem with me, it's because of something that came out of my mouth, not because of something I did.
Yeah.
And so that's all I can do. I can only control my side of any equation. But and I'm not talking anything negative about the Kenny store. I was just using that as an example of
Right.
of the it's just constant, it's nonstop,
Right.
from every angle. And then you got girlfriends, and you got to try to assure them that you're not out doing the crazy stuff that goes on the road, and it's nuts, man. But I love it. I love every second of it. I love every new person I meet. I love going to festivals and just hanging out the whole day with everybody. And you rarely see me get to a festival and show up and then leave right after I get done. I usually stay. I'm the first one, last one to leave.
You don't get to see your fellow musicians very often. That's like us. When we go somewhere like a festival like that where there's other musicians, it's like you don't want to leave because you don't hardly ever get to see them because you guys are always playing different places all the time. So you don't ever, like the award show, it's like a big family reunion because everybody's there and you finally get to see all your friends that you don't, unless you're doing a show with them, you don't get to see them ever because we're always.
Yeah. And I think that's the craziest part to me is because I haven't been in this industry for a long time. I've been playing music for a long time, but I haven't really been pushing in the Texas scene till 2020, really. So it's really just, all this has just happened over the last couple of years.
Right.
But like at the T3R Awards, I went there and I've never met Jason before, but we did, and we hit it off. And the fact that guys on, Wade Bowen and Bree Bagwell and all their level know who I am is pretty cool.
I can relate. I feel the same way when they're like, "Hey, Brandy," I'm like, because I'm new in this industry too. I've only started in this industry when I started this podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
It's only been 2-3 years since I've been kind of had my toe in the industry. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think that's a testament to how active I am on social media, but also I've been out hustling and doing these festivals, and like, I really don't say no to very many opportunities, unless it's just egregiously bad. I try to say yes to it, because, I'm a firm believer that the only way to make real fans and real connections and real relationships is to play shows in front of real people. You can do all this other stuff. You can do social media, and you can do TikTok, and you can do radio, and you can do videos, and you can do all that stuff. But until somebody comes out and sees how you interact with them in person, they're not going to be like a real fan. And the fact that I have some fans that'll drive 2-3 to come see me play somewhere, just like, but I couldn't have done that if I wasn't out playing as many shows as I play.
Right. And it's so far away from face to face or just even a phone call conversation nowadays in life. Everything's social media, so it's so good to get back into seeing people in person, and just like getting back to kind of the old school roots of, it's not personable until you see them in person, and but we've gotten so far away from doing that because we have social media now, and so it's good to, like, everywhere I've gone lately, everybody's talking about getting more out there, like even picking up the phone and just talking to somebody instead of texting them, you know,
Right.
just getting more personal and being in front of the people. It just makes such a big difference.
Yeah, but and there's so
In
many.
anything.
There's also so many easy ways to do it. Like one thing I do is every time I drive to whoever the attendant is, I give a koozie. You know, and I'm like, hey, my name's Jeff. I'm playing music. Here's my, go check me out. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I just, you know, it's just little things like that, you know, and there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of artists that seclude themselves from the people. You know, they roll in on the tour bus and they don't get off the bus until they go play their show, and then afterwards they go to the merch booth, they sign that stuff, and then they go to the bus and leave. And I'm not knocking on they can do that if they want to. I just don't have that bone in my body.
Right.
To be honest with you, all the good ones, the really big ones, don't have that. I mean, Garth Brooks is notorious about hanging out with everybody in the venue. You know, I played a show recently with Randall King, and afterwards, everybody left, and Randall was over in a hat store talking to everyone that was still there, just like for like an hour, just hanging out with them.
Right.
And I think that's a huge part of this business. You know, it's not the music business; it's the entertainment business, and it's all about relationships.
I was just gonna say it's more about relationships.
Yeah, for sure. And you just gotta, you know, not. I just don't want anybody to ever think that I'm too good for them or that I'm, you know, any of that stuff. You know, I want to hang out with everybody. I want to meet everybody. I want to have a conversation. I do wish there was like an abort button or some kind of button where when it starts getting to a point where it's like, okay, how do I get out of this? You know, because sometimes you just get people and they just want to monopolize your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got to have somebody else with you at all times. Be like, they can be the bad guy and pull you away.
Code word, yeah.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah, I don't have that person. So maybe one day. But, you know, I'm also kind of a control freak, so it's very hard for me to give up control of some things. And not a control freak in a bad way. I just, you know, I think until you have real money to really pay people, you know, no one's going to really care about anything as much as you do.
Of course.
You know, I mean, if you're lucky enough to have a wife or girlfriend, I mean, Candace does a lot for me. She does a lot of the social media, and she, you know, she handles a lot of the merch stuff. And she's a blessing, but I don't know. Definitely having a good team around you is a plus.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for
You
sure.
Say it all the time. By the time I get on stage at a festival, I'm already worn out because
Right.
you know, I've been doing everything already. So, but to be honest with you, it's light work compared to playing 4-hour shows 5, 6, 7 nights a week. Loading. I mean, I remember the days we loaded in our whole PA light show. I wouldn't come to 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So now I got to go play a 45-minute set or an hour set or even a 90-minute set. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I actually hate 45-minute sets. I feel like I'm not even rolling until.
Right. You're
You
just getting in the groove, and then it's like, oh, are you done?
Yeah, that's for sure. It's fun, man. I wouldn't change anything about it. I mean, I wish that I had a bus that I could sleep on. I mean, my truck has 33,000 miles on it. I've only had it like 9 months. Because I'm driving everywhere, you know. I went on a run to Delaware with Scooter Brown Band, and I don't know how many trips out to Midland and Amarillo I've made this last 9 months. And so, but on the flip side, I love being on the road. I love driving. I love road trips. So it works out. I just really wish that I had a driver and a bus so I could sleep.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. Or enough money to buy decent hotel rooms so you don't stay at a Motel 6 and it's, you know, disgusting.
Yeah. Creepy crawlies. Ew.
Oh yeah. We had one in Stephenville, Texas not too long ago where me and Candace stayed at, and it was really bad.
Ugh.
Like almost like, oh, did we lose her?
Yep. Apparently we did.
Yeah. Almost like it was purposely put there or something. It was pretty disgusting. So me, I don't care.
I'm gonna just say it out loud. I'm a bougie traveler. I'm a little bougie and a little backwoods at the same time, but I like to sleep in a clean bed.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I definitely like a nice hotel room, but usually I'm so tired I can sleep anywhere. And I do a lot of camping up in the mountains in Colorado, and so I can handle it. But
Prefer not
nobody
to.
pay $100 for a hotel room and find
No.
cute towels like we did.
Blech. Nope.
Disgusting. It was pretty bad.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Well, I know we lost Katrina due to the weather, I'm sure, but I have some rapid fire questions for you. You
Okay.
down?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, here we go. Summer or winter?
Winter,
Salty or sweet?
both.
Driving or flying?
Driving all day. I will not fly. I mean, I do, but I don't like it.
Country or city?
Oh man,
I know, right?
that's a tough one because I love people, but on the flip side, like right now where I live, it's so many people, and there's nothing better than waking up in the morning and walking out on our front porch and seeing land. And
Yeah, quiet.
I'll say country. I'll definitely, yeah, country for sure.
Coffee or tea?
I don't really neither. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I drink Coke Zeros.
Hey, I don't drink coffee either, but I do hot tea a lot.
Yeah, I don't do either.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Text or talk?
Text.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
What? Coke or Pepsi? You just answered that question.
Either one. I don't care.
Rain or sunshine?
Rain.
Me too, actually. Acoustic or band?
Acoustic.
Baseball or football?
Oh man. So baseball.
Yay, me too. Spicy or mild?
Mild.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Here's the kicker. iPhone or Android?
iPhone. I tell you what,
We worked on some of those.
it was so bad that when I was single, before I met Candace and I was on a dating app or whatever, if we exchanged phone numbers and we text and I got a green text message, I would even text them. I would ghost them.
That's hilarious.
I wouldn't even, that was it. It's just so, even band members, two of my band members right now don't have iPhones, and it's so difficult to share files, and you got to go through Messenger and you got to do all this other stuff instead of just,
I know.
yeah.
She yells at me all the time because I'm Android and she's iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, hey, to each their own. I just, it's very inconvenient.
Sometimes.
No, all the times.
No, we have a OneDrive and we just share everything in the drive.
Yeah, but with iPhones, you don't have to do that.
I know.
Automatic. You just say, here you go, and it's there.
Well, maybe one day. There's hope for me yet.
Yeah, I did go. I don't remember how long ago. It was a while back. I went to Android because I got sick of the Apple situation, and I went to Android like 2 weeks, and I'm like, nope, ain't happening. Give me my Apple back. Yeah.
I feel that way about my Android.
You know
I've had
what?
it forever.
You know what's funny is most Android users are that way.
Yeah.
They're very, very adamant about everything awesome about an Android. Most iPhone users,
All I've ever used.
but iPhone users don't really have to justify it because it just works.
I mean, it is what it is. It's
Android
like Whataburger and In-N-Out.
users are like Dallas Cowboys fans.
No, we are not. We'll argue there.
That's so funny. Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
I have a love-hate relationship with Dallas, but
Same.
yeah. Where are you from?
I hear, here, like where here is.
Yeah.
Conroe, north of Houston.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah, me too. I'm from Splendora, but
Okay.
but yeah, I live in the Woodlands now.
I'm 5 minutes from the Woodlands.
Yeah, y'all were talking earlier about doing a show at Table and Medley, right?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say July 15th. If you want to come sneak in and get on stage, you're absolutely more than welcome.
Well, I don't know what's going on that day. I have to look. July 16th, I'll be at Dosey Do. I'm releasing a full-length live album we recorded there last year. And
Nice.
release party is going to be July 16th at the Big Barn at Dosido.
Cool.
Yeah,
With the info, we'll release it and support you on that.
for sure. That'd be awesome. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. It's what we try to strive to do.
Yeah, I mean, I love these things. They're all different. I went on one called Truth, Tall Tales, and Whiskey up in Union Valley, Texas, last Tuesday, and it was 5 dudes in a room, just total debauchery.
I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah, and then the people from Gotta Love Texas Music podcast. I don't know if you know them or not. They're
No, I haven't heard of them.
fantastic people. They kind of got me like a good little following up in the Dallas area, which is
Yeah.
cool.
That's cool. Yeah, this is new to me. I run 2 other businesses at the same time. So, I mean, this is just something fun that I do on the side because I love it.
Yeah.
And I roped Katrina into helping me.
And you're live, right? You do these live?
Yeah, we do them live every other week.
Yeah.
And then we release to Spotify and iTunes, not iTunes, Podbean.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the live thing because the stuff that I'm going to ask artists is going to be a little bit different than most. And I want to be able to let them go back and hear it before I release it in case there's anything out. Me, I don't do that. Like anything that I ever say, feel free to do whatever you want to do.
And that's what we do here. And we always warn our artists, look, this is Untamed. I mean, we don't get absolutely crazy. We used to be way crazier than we are now. I mean, there was a time when this very first started that we would tell jokes, and we may be bringing that back. I'm not sure yet. But we would tell jokes, and sometimes there would be a dick joke in there just because, whatever. But we've kind of gotten a little bit away from that.
Hey, I made
We're trying to find our footing. So
whole career off dick jokes. So it's, fart noises and dick jokes that's like Canada. That's Jeff Canada Show 101 right there.
Well, that's not far from where we're at. So
that's funny.
You're welcome here anytime.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I said, I like talking to people, and I can talk all day long. Like most people have to cut me off because I'll just keep going and going and going.
That's good for us.
Yeah, my girlfriend is always like, just shut the fuck up already. I did a podcast not so long ago with a guy named Dalton. He has the Earl Shreds podcast, and I think we went for like 3.5 hours of just talking about bullshit, and it was so. Yeah, it's but I love it. I mean, I got a lot to say.
And then you have a connection, and you just keep going.
Yeah,
makes it easier.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to those people where you're like, all right, this conversation's going nowhere.
Right.
And then I'd like to get out of those as fast as possible. But for the most part, I can talk to anybody. Like I said, I'm a very inclusive and open-minded person, so I can find common ground with anybody out there almost. Right.
Which is why you have such a fan base, because everybody finds you relatable in one way or another.
Right. You're never going to see me come down on a certain group of people. That is marginalized. You might see me make a Dallas Cowboys fan joke or a Deftones fan joke because I do that all the time because their fan base is so sensitive. But but I'm never, you're never going to see me hop on like the trans bandwagon either way. You're never going to see me like the hot topics.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I have my feelings on it, but my feelings
aren't going to change your feelings.
They're my feelings, and they're invalid to anybody but me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And yeah, you can say what's on your mind, and you're going to get people parrot that and share it and come over. But those are just the people that are in your same bubble, your same mindset. But what I want to do is I want to meet people that I disagree with. That I want to have conversations with people that I don't understand why they view a certain way. I don't think anybody is evil or bad or anything because, everybody has their own experiences in their life, and your opinions, your religion, everything you do is all based on your own, at an earlier age, what you're taught. But then when you get older, it's based off your own life experiences.
Right.
And to tell someone that they're wrong because they have a different belief, because they have a different life experiences is I think it's, I just don't think it's a good thing to do. You know, I think you should let people be who they want to be as long as they're not harming somebody else.
I agree 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, but you also have the right to call them out if if you do disagree with them. But
Yeah.
it just shouldn't be hateful. I don't think.
I agree. There's a way to do it.
Yeah. I made a post right after the whole Bud Light thing, and it said something along the lines of, "Hey, y'all, let me know how well y'all's last boycott worked."
Yeah.
And then hashtag who gives a shit or something along those lines.
Right.
And it wasn't, but the thing is, and the way our world is right now is if you say something like that, that means you're automatically taking the side.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily the case. You're basically just saying, chill the fuck out, people.
It doesn't really affect you in any way, shape, or form. So why are you?
Just chill out. You know what I mean?
What was funny to me through that entire thing was they're supporting another brand who also supports LGBTQ. So what good are you really doing?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to be who they're going to be and do the things they're going to do, regardless of what your opinion on that is.
Yeah.
And the only person that's really getting upset about it is you. And why? Like, why? To be honest with you, that's why I stopped watching football. I stopped watching sports pretty much because I was such a diehard Texans fan and diehard Astros fan. And it's like the Astros finally win the World Series, and then you can't enjoy that because they're cheaters.
Yeah.
You know, that's what everybody's saying.
Right.
But it really, mostly, I'm not going to let a bunch of dudes chasing a ball affect my mood anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know?
Good point.
What matters is what you can do for your direct community right around, that's about it.
I love that.
That's all you can affect, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know? Do you think you or I have any say so of what goes on in Washington or in a boardroom of a we
don't have say of anything that goes on anywhere. Maybe in my own house some days.
Yeah, and even then you don't. Like once your kids realize there's nothing you can really do to them.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Thank God I don't have that.
Oh, I have two of them, and one of them is 23, and he's turned out to be a really, really good kid. He's actually the general manager of the small Dos place.
Good, that's awesome.
He's doing great. Matter of fact, all the artists, they end up taking a picture with him and send me a text, and I'm like, "Hey, I met your kid today." So he really enjoys that. The other one's 12, and he is a shithead.
That's usually the way it works. It's always the second one.
Oh no! Gavin was a shithead too. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was going to be a total loser, but he grew up and is a productive member of society now, and very independent. Very independent. He doesn't ask for anything. He just does his own thing.
Good job, Dad.
Oh, well, I'm super proud of that. I mean, that's like the one thing that I'm proud of is that I raised independent, free-thinking kids.
That's good. Yeah. That's important these
days.
Yeah,
I wasn't raised that way. I was raised definitely hardcore, right-wing.
I know feeling.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking what anybody does. It was just we weren't the most open-minded people, and so I think we just need more open-mindedness. That's what I think.
I don't disagree with you.
That and more people need to say, "I don't know," and "I was wrong."
Or please help me.
Yeah, but the "I don't know" thing is like no one says "I don't know." I mean, now you got people that have been working the railroad their whole life are now all of a sudden experts in the economy. It's like people like.
I've always said questions are the most important thing you can ask.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Continue to ask questions every single day. You should be always asking questions because that's how you.
I say I don't know constantly. Like I don't know. I'd rather say I get a foot in my mouth.
Well, our time is up.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell everybody where they can find you.
JeffCanadaSucks.com.
I love that. Go follow Jeff Canada on all social media outlets. Go to the website, find out where he's playing near you. Next, trust me, you don't want to miss that show. Excellent live.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll see him at the Untamed birthday bash. Maybe he'll sneak in and sing us a tune or two.
I'm
And-
gonna take it off here. I'm gonna go look at my calendar and see what I
Okay.
got. I
Yeah,
would
let me know.
love to hang out for sure.
For sure. Well, we thank you, you guys. We will see you in 2 weeks with, we don't know yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we know. See you later. Jeff,
All right.
thanks again.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
How do I log off?